Well, howdy again, guys. It's Brian, and we're back with a final for the Rust Bucket group build that was hosted by our friend Mars over at Mars Garage. And there will be a link down below to his channel, of course, and give him a subscribe, give him a like. Guy's an awesome builder, and he's also a good friend of mine. So that's just really awesome. I just want to say this about the YouTube model building community. I've been watching videos and stuff here lately, just getting caught up on everything. And so many folks are out there talking about how somebody's helped them out or they're helping out somebody or whatever. It is just so awesome to see that brotherly love going on. So keep it up, folks. This is just one of the best things I've ever been involved in my life. And I truly love being part of the YouTube community. Okay, so what did we work with here? Of course, we used the Tamiya Mini Cooper kit. This was the rally car version, and unfortunately, when I got the kit, it was missing everything that made it a rally car, including the silly little headlight bezel up here on the right front of the car, which led me to think, I can't build it stock, so what do we do with this? And then Mars was like, "Hey, I'm going to be hosting this Rust Bucket group build." And I thought, okay, okay, I can work with that. So I decided to go with a base, and I still have to clean it up a little bit and paint it. I'll probably just do like black lacquer around the edges here. But I decided to go with a base for this little guy because it puts it more into context. And I talked to some friends that have had Mini Coopers in their life, and my buddy Gary Knight over in the UK. He's had a few. He had some pictures he shared with me, and I'm like, okay, I think we're on the right track here. He gave us our his blessing on this build here, and gave us some pointers and stuff. He's like, no matter what you do, don't forget to add the moss in the window channels. And there we have little bits of moss. We also have some up on the roof rail too. But yeah, that is definitely a nice little touch. We wanted to go with something that put it, like I said, put it in context. But we live here in the desert, and I thought it would be interesting to see a torn up old Mini just rusting away in the desert. So yeah, I thought a little bit of a desert base would be kind of cool. Like, I don't know, maybe he was heading to San Diego, got lost on his way through Yuma, something like that. I wish Fred Henry pointed it out. He goes, "You need a rattlesnake under there or something." And I'm like, "Oh man, wish I had something like that in my stash to just add in there." But it is what it is. Not too proficient with doing bases yet. We're still working on that, but we do have a brake caliper down here. These actually come part of the kit, and what I did was I just didn't add it on there, of course. And what I did was I took a little disc of styrene, glued it to the center because there's supposed to be a big hole there that the it's like the poly cap they call them, fits into to hold the wheel in place. So I covered that and then drilled a small hole in the center to look like the hole that the actual nut that would hold the all that assembly to the axle would fit in. And then I ended up drilling four small holes around there, and you can just barely see them peeking up there. So we added four small studs to represent the wheel studs. And I kind of like that look. I think it looks pretty cool. Unfortunately, we lost the backing for this one here, so we weren't able to attach it to the bits under the car. So I thought we'll just leave it laying on the ground like somebody just left it there. And the car is sitting up on cinder blocks, and we got those as a gracious gift from our friend over at Autistic Modeler. So thank you, Mr. Louie. Um, the car itself, we just went through the backside with a sanding drum on our motorized tool. Can't think of the name of the thing. Dremel. Thank you for yelling at the screen. Our Dremel went through the backside of those and wore through, and then made it look like rust damage. It was super easy, barely an inconvenience. It worked out so well. And then around the back here, we have a rag hanging out of the gas cap. Um, it's like, why would you be worried about losing fuel now? But it is what it is. We did go all around the car with some Tamiya weathering powders. That's something that our good friend Tim over at Throttle Powers absolutely swears by, and I have to agree that they really ramp up. I mean, it really helped us get that faded paint look. The car is painted with Tamiya flat red, and we just airbrushed that on there. No problem at all. Gave it a flat coat to seal it all in. Backside here, we're missing our tail light lenses and our tail light bezels. We're also missing the trunk handle. We got some broken glass on the rear deck lid there to help emphasize the fact that, yeah, this isn't going well for this poor little dude. And then we got some tall grass here and there, kind of sparsely put. And then got some mud splashed up on there from rain or whatever, what have you. We have a door handle here. It's obviously not functioning correctly, and we did use some of the Viejo chipping fluid. That stuff is awesome. There's just one thing that you need to know about that, and it is you can't use that under spray paint, because the spray paint seals so well and cures so hard that it's almost impossible to go back and chip that off correctly. So if you're going to be airbrushing with the Tamiya jar paints over the Viejo stuff, the chipping fluid works great, works a treat. We did that on the door seals here, around the door jambs, around the bottom, and then we also did that on this little fender here. We coated it in black, did some chipping fluid on there, painted it the red color we wanted, and then came back with a with just a stiff paintbrush, and that just cleared all that off there. The little hood, I thought, let's break this up a bit. We'll do a different color hood for the car. I did the salt technique. I just covered it in water. I actually sprayed some water on there and then just dribbled some table salt on, let it dry, and then came back and then hit it with this beautiful blue color, which I'm actually kind of sad because the color looked so cool. So then we went over it with some of the Tamiya panel liner stuff. They have some light browns and some like rusty colors. Worked perfectly on there. We have some dents on the fender here that we did with the jeweler's files. We talked about that in the past. And then of course our baseball batted windows. I just really like how that comes out, and it's really highlighted pretty well here on this little dude. We are missing a windshield wiper. I'm not sure where that went, so hey, left it off, and then that's basically the tour of the guy. So one thing we did do with this dude is we left the roof unattached, so it's footloose and fancy free, comes off easily. Love how that came out. And then we'll do some beauty shots of the interior because it's a little too difficult with it on the base to tip it and show it in the camera. But there's a lot of work on the interior that we did too to help bring out the fact that this looks like an abandoned little vehicle. So there we go. We want to thank our buddy Mars again for such a cool idea for a group build, and I'd participate in it again, hands down, no problem. Just need to find another kid that's missing parts, I guess. So there you go. Oh yeah, the engine is missing from this guy, and the hood is hinged, and he doesn't always want to stay up, but I'll probably end up ripping that off there by accident. But if we can see inside there, we have a little puddle of green because we got the radiator hose on the firewall. And then over here on this side, we have I think it's the clutch and brake reservoir. I just have a couple of pieces of wire sticking out there, clipped off, making it look like somebody just went through with some diagonal cutters and just started cutting things out so they could take the engine out. So there you go. The engine, I do have the engine tucked away someplace else because, I want to build that up, make it look nice like somebody's rebuilding it, but it won't be part of this diorama, of course. But there you go, guys. Hope you all like it. Thanks again to Mars, and thanks for watching, and we'll catch you all in the next one. Bye now.